Kayla. Welcome back to my channel. In this video, I'm going to be talking about my November TBR. That's right. New month, new books. My theme for this month is knocking out my physical TBR. Now, I don't have a really big TBR. It's very small. I mean, if we look at like books like for Kindle Unlimited, obviously it would be an infinite. But when we're talking about my physical TBR, she is quite small. Let me try to... There she be. You 100% saw a Riverdale body pillow. We're gonna ignore that. Because you didn't see that. I have a Doctor Who one too. Over there. That looks like it's dirty, but I'm pretty sure it's supposed to be a book. Anyway, where we're gonna start is the... what are they called? The Lakefront Billionaires series. So I've got... the books are gonna fall. Make me sad. So we have books 1, which is Love Redesigned, and we have book 2, Love Unwritten. I have read Lauren Asher's book before. I think I read both of her series. The Billionaires one, I've read book 1 and 2, the fine print, and I'm trying to look for them. They're over there on the shelf. Terms and Conditions, I saw it. And then I also saw her read her F1 racing books as well. So yeah, when these came out, I was very intrigued. I'm not gonna lie, when the first book came out, I didn't really look too much into it. I didn't have it on, like I had it on my wish list on Amazon, but I wasn't really enticed to pick it up. But I am very excited for this one. When this one came out and I heard it was like a nanny situation, it's like a single dad. Oh, I'm a heartthrob. I'm a heartthrob for children in books. So, and like single parents, that's just, a romance is amazing. I love that. So, I was really excited to read this one. Oh, don't mind me. Never actually really paying attention to the book. The hearts, oh, they're raised. They're raised edges. Oh, there's more. Okay, sorry. I'm on a time crunch. My camera only recorded me for 30 minutes. I don't want to deal with that. So, when this book came out, I was super excited. But when there's books, like I know each couple in this series is a different couple, but I really just felt like I would be jibbing this book if I just skipped it just to go to this one. So I'm going to read this one and then this one. Hopefully in the next few days. I'm going to be, well, I guess when you're seeing this, it's November 1st. So I would have started this book. So yeah, this is where we'll be starting the month off. Reading these two right here. And then, let me get those back on the TBR. Next is going to be, I actually plan to do a 24-hour readathon this month. So look for that video. And I'm hoping to read as many of these as I can. Lucy Score's, my TBR is being mean, The Dead Guy Next Door. So I'm a huge fan of Lucy Score. I've read many of her books. And so obviously when this series came out, I was jumping for it. The cover is absolutely gorgeous. And Lucy Score knows how to write banter, guys. It's just, if you're a romance person, you haven't read Lucy Score, what are you doing? What are you doing? Please pick one up. Please. They're so amazing. And I mean, obviously, you try it, you don't like her writing, fair to you. You know, everybody's got a different preference. But I'm saying you should at least try one. But my thing with this series is, so she's an author that writes her books where it's like each book is a different couple. But I think this one, when this came out, there's only 2 of them. There's 4 of these now, by the way. But when this series came out, I think each book is the same couple. I feel like I should fact check that. I'm going to try to fact check that real quick. But I feel like each book is the same couple, which is not something I've seen in Lucy Score. So I was like, oh, alright, that's fun. So I have them saved. I'm pretty sure on my Amazon wishlist, like the other ones. Which I think book 1 is as well. Book 1, 2, and 3 I believe are on Kindle Unlimited, but the 4th one just came out, so it might not be. Because, my girl, I'm still on a book buying ban until the end of November. So, essentially, I had the first book to try it, and then the rest I'm going to read on Kindle Unlimited. That's actually everything left on my TBR as a series, tragically. But luckily for me, this has the rest of the books on Kindle Unlimited, and the other one does. Where are they? I know I saved you. I just recently went through this too. Did I delete them? That would be hilarious. Well, if I'm editing, me will let you know. She'll put a little note over there, and if I'm right, it'll say yay. If I'm wrong, it'll say nay. But yeah, so I'm gonna be checking this series out. Super excited. Love Lucy Score. Haven't read one of her books in a hot minute, so I'm looking forward to these ones very much. Next, I'm gonna be checking out, we're going back into dark romance a little bit. We're getting me some Filthy Rich Vampires. I'm not gonna lie, I know like nothing about it. I think it's a 4-book series, and I do believe the rest of the book, like they're all on Kindle Unlimited, but I'm gonna read the first one, probably paperback, and then the rest of them on my Kindle. It's got vampires, and I do believe this is like a proper series where each book is the continuation of this couple. Right here. Ooh, yep, let's get that shiny reflection in there. So yeah, this is one where each book is this couple. So, I'm very excited to see that. Let's see who our main people are. We have Julian. That is a name. Rose Socks? It's long. It's weird. It's fine. I probably won't need it that much. And Thea. That's cute. Oh, and she's a cellist. Yeah, I don't know a lot about this, other than it's a series. We've got vampires, which I haven't read a romance, like not romantasy, like a romance that is paranormal, if that makes sense. I have a cat doing something out there that she's not supposed to. I heard a clink. But yeah, so I'll be reading these. I'm looking forward to that. I'm looking forward to some vampires. I'm looking forward to some vampires. And then, I don't have the physical book. I haven't decided yet if I'm going to get it physically or on Kindle, but I'm going to read the synopsis, oh my gosh. Why is English so hard sometimes? I'm going to be reading the sample on Kindle Unlimited of Wicked. Everybody's jumping on that train because of the film, and I am too. So I'm super excited. I'm going to be starting that towards the end of the month after the movie. I am going to go see the movie, ideally on, I think, the 21st is the earliest you can see it, like early premieres. So I'm going to go see it, and I'm so excited for Wicked. So I'm going to start that book. Like I said, I have a sample of it. I have actually a pretty long sample of it because on Kindle there is a compendium of all, because it's actually a book of, there's 4. I wanted to say trilogy, but then I tried to correct it, and I don't know what a book of 4 is called. But there's 4 books in the series, and they have a compendium where they're all together on the Kindle, and so it gives you, like, because, you know, Kindle gives you a sample based on how long the book is, and so since this was really, it's a compendium, it gives you a really good size sample of Wicked, the first book, so I am super, super excited to start that. And obviously if I didn't like the sample, I'm not going to read it. But if I did, we'll be moving on into Wicked at the end of the month. So yeah, I don't have a lot of physical books, like I said. Technically, that's not the rest of my TBR. I do have 2 more books on my physical TBR. Wah, wah, wah. What I showed you guys is everything that I plan to finish by the end of the month. And that is, quote-unquote, the end of my TBR. These other 2 books I do have, and they are on my TBR, but the problem is the rest of the books aren't on Kindle Unlimited, so I will have to buy them. And me being a book buying band means I can't buy the rest of the books for this series just yet. So the books that I'm going to be reading this month, since I do have access to them on Kindle Unlimited, they will be the end of my TBR. But technically, there's still 2 more. I have Clockwork Angel by Cassandra Clare. Ooh, pretty, pretty, pretty. This is the one I decided to start with. I have never read any of them. I have seen the City of Bones, the Shadowhunter series, the main one. I've seen the movie, and I've seen part of the TV series made for it. But that is my extent to this world. But recently I've been seeing people online start to get into her or rereading Cassandra Clare's books, so I decided to pick it up. I know people who are big into these books do have a reading order for them where they recommend which series you start with. I picked the one that sounded the most fun, to be fair. I did. I just looked at them and I picked this one. So, and they're so pretty because their spines, like the new ones anyway, like when you line them all together. Also, I picked this one because it's a trilogy. So this one's a trilogy. Then the main series, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. It looks like it's 6 books. And then there's another one that I thought it was a trilogy, but I actually think there's 4 of them. But I picked this one because it is the shortest one, so at least gives me a little dip into her world. So this is on the TBR, but not yet. Not yet. This is a girl you're going to see later. And The Naturals by Jennifer Lynn Barnes. I have read The Inheritance Game. There we go. Brain just lost it. I have read The Inheritance Game in the past. And I did enjoy them. I liked them a lot. I did personally think the books got worse as, like, not necessarily, because they were all good. I don't want to say worse and then, like, you guys think I didn't like the books. I did like the books. They weren't as good as the first one. The first one hit really, really well for what it was presenting. The puzzles and the adventures and what have you. But then the second and the third book, you know, they're trying to one-up the previous one to be better. And I didn't think they landed. So, but I have heard really good things about The Naturals. And I did like her writing style. So I was like, boom, we're going to hop into it. But they're not on Kindle Unlimited. So, hi, Abby. I have a kitty cat. Yeah, thank you. You want to say hi to the camera? You want to say hi to the camera? Oh, it's my baby. This is Abby. Say hi. She doesn't like to be held, so she wanted to back down. But, yeah, I'm going to give The Naturals a shot. But later on down the line. So we'll probably see those 2 books maybe sometime next month. But yeah, this month is going to be quite a lot of books. And like I said, I'm hoping to squeeze a 24-hour readathon in this month because I do have a 3-day weekend at some point. So I don't get a 4-day weekend for Thanksgiving. Tragically, I work a job that has Sunday, Mondays off. So unless the holiday falls on a Sunday or a Monday, we get that day off and that day off only. So I will have that Thursday off and then have to work Friday. Lame. But yeah, let's see. So that's my TBR. Let's bring them all back out here. Stack them all together. My poor cart. I haven't had it really big, like a really big TBR in years. When I first got back into reading when I lived in Georgia, I don't think I ever had more than 100, but I did have a lot. But I read relatively fast, so I would move through them very quickly, so it wasn't necessarily, I mean, my husband always complained, but I didn't think it was a bad thing. But then I moved, and obviously moving a lot of books is a lot, so, and I was a good girl, and I gave myself an allowance so that I didn't spend like crazy. And so essentially I was replenishing as I was reading, and then I got here and I was just reading as I replenished, and I didn't have too many. I think the only time, so like the cart has 3 tiers, and the only time I think it made it all the way to the bottom tier was when I was reading, I'm looking at it right now, Persona 5, the manga series of it, because I do love the Persona 5 video game, so I read the manga. And obviously there are a lot of them, so they take up a lot of space on the shelf, and so that caused it to go down. And also when you buy like a series, like technically if you look at all these bad boys, like this is it, but like remember, this is a series of 4, and this is a series of 4, so there's 3 more, right? So if I'd owned the whole series of both of these, my TBR would look so much longer. But it doesn't right now, does it? Because this is what I got. Because I just got, oh my gosh, there's a fuzzy. Anyways. But since I just had the first ones physically, it makes my TBR look really small. But remember, we've got these 2, this one plus 4, or plus 3, and then this one plus 3, and then Wicked. So yeah, that is my TBR for the month of November. I'm very happy to get back into specifically the romance genre. I read a lot of, thrillers and non-fluffy romances last month, so I'm very excited to dip into like this and this one are all gonna be super. I have another cat behind me. Hi, Clara. It's my cat. Cat cameo. My husband finally cleaned the library. Eyes, Clara. My husband finally cleaned the library, so the cats are allowed in here again. Yeah, so that is my TBR, everybody. I hope you stick around and watch my videos as I read all these books. So yeah, I try to find a place to put my books. Anyway, thanks for watching. I hope you enjoyed. I hope to see you again in my library next time. Please subscribe. Bye.